Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Good evening. I would like to take this opportunity to bulise all of those that are going to be able to watch this video. Look, I decided in the past 2 to 3 hours to come and make this comment. In the last 5 days or so, the country was at standstill, watching the proceedings of the National Conference of the ANC Youth League, and the mother body, the alliance partners. They were glued in their own TV screens, watching that National Conference of the Youth League. Like any other conference of young people, it had its own issues, glitches and challenges, disagreements and agreements, and ultimately it emerged with the leadership that it has now. And it's a milestone that took the ANC Youth League 8 years in order for it to arrive where it is now, where we can all say there's a leadership that has been elected. And I'm making this video on the basis of one thing that I've noted about it, which makes me to worry, which gives me a sleepless night in the past 3 days that I've watched them doing interviews and media briefing. Look, the formation of the ANC Youth League in 1944 was to do 2 things in the ANC. 1, rally young people of South Africa towards the banner of the ANC, and 2, champion the interest of young people within the ANC. And that has always been a constitutional obligation to anyone who joins the ANC Youth League as an organization. And that has been a conscious a decision to anyone who decides to join the ANC Youth League. You can't join the ANC Youth League and then say, I will not participate in building the ANC, or I will not assist the ANC in achieving whatever that it resolved to achieve. So that's what has always been the reason for the formation of the ANC Youth League. Champion interests of young people, rally them behind the banner of the ANC. That's 1. 2, the ANC Youth League has had a plethora of presidents. It has had President Bayo, no Secretary Generals, National Executive Committee members and officials. It has been like having, this is the 26th National Executive Committee of the ANC Youth League. It has had a history of them having different characters, and of course, some being said to be the lions themselves. You had the current Secretary General of the ANC being called Uvuta. You have had Peter Mukaba was called the lion. What is it? I think something Northman, Lion of the North. Yeah, it was a Lion of the North. They have had Julius, was a firebrand of the Youth League. That's how those who were close to him called him. And you have had other presidents, Abo Anton Limbede, you name them. You go down memory lane, you'll get what I'm saying. But the point that I'm trying to address here, it's a misrepresentation of what happened in the leadership of the ANC Youth League, which was led by Julius. At the time Julius was a president of the ANC Youth League, I so happened that at that time I was leading an REC of the ANC Youth League in Amatol. It was in 2010, 2011. And I must say, as people that interacted with Julius directly, and as people that sat in one hall, disagreed with him, agreed with him, fought with him, laughed with him, we are better off, we're better placed in telling how Julius landed in the EFF, which he formed. Look, comrades, it's a lie that Julius was expelled for ill discipline. It's a lie. It's a lie that we must all disabuse ourselves from. In the ANC, very few people would say Julius didn't apologize when he saw that he was to be expelled in the ANC. When he saw that the ANC was coming for his head after the conference of 2012 in Mangaung, where he was calling the former deputy president of the ANC and the current secretary general of the ANC as president and secretary. Because in 2012, in fact in 2011, we resolved in a national conference of the ANC, which was held in Galaga, that we were going to support, come 2012, we're going to support Comrade Malema Mutlande and Comrade Fikile Mbalula. That was a resolution of the ANC Youth League. That was a resolution of the ANC Youth League in Galaga. Ne? Nowhere did we go out of that resolve. We took that resolve. And in 2012, the ANC got irritated and frustrated by the call of economic freedom in our own lifetime. It became a bit impatient. Some of us were in the PGC here in East London and were more physical. In 2012, June, we're here in East London, in ICC, we're more physical because of the call that we're making as the ANC Youth League. And of course, you would have not expected such not to happen, because some of the elements that were featuring in the call were uncalled for and were a bit disruptive. And hence the leadership of the ANC at that time unleashed security. It unleashed security that they must take care of the noise that as youth leaguers at the time were making. And when we reached 2012 December in Galag, in Bloemfontein, where the then president Tatu Zuma and the current national chairperson Tata Gode Mandasha were both elected as president and secretary, the NEC of the ANC thereof resolved that it must expel NEC members of the Youth League. It didn't say it's expelling Julius. It expelled NEC members of the Youth League, and it suspended some. And I can tell you how painful it was for us as the generation that led with Julius, that we had to lose him. And I can also tell you that he tried his level best to apologize in the ANC. He did make an apology to the ANC. He did try. Be it we agree on the apology or what, but what we know is that he tried to make an apology. I remember when the PEC of the ANC Youth League in the Eastern Cape, led by Matiti and Ndabeni, was to be dissolved. The secretary of the ANC came and told them that we are disbanded, and they pleaded with the NEC of the ANC not to take that decision. They wrote close to 40 pages written by Ndabeni as to why this decision must not be taken, but ultimately the decision was taken. Move from that. The point that I'm trying to address now, Yabona Ninabe Youth League that have just been elected last week, stop poking Julius. Stop it. Stop poking Julius. Because the more you poke Julius, the more you make Julius popular than your own organization, which is the Youth League. That's one. Stop poking Julius. 2, stop going around and think that you've got an obligation to go around and explain how Julius was expelled in the ANC. You have no responsibility like that. Your responsibility is to reposition the ANC Youth League, and your responsibility is to make ANC Youth League attractive to the generation that you are leading. Leave Julius, because in reality is that some of you think that Julius must be hated. You are going to see the leaders that you idolize in the ANC, Zisela, not Julius. That's the unfortunate thing. When you insult Julius and do all sorts of drama and attack him unnecessarily, uzawubona xa ufika your own idols zihleli naye ebar zisela zinxila zonke. And it's going to be an interesting thing and an embarrassment at the same time, because instead of saying this is how we are going to make the ANC vibrant and fashionable, you are busy bringing discussion of a nonsensical Julius in every interview that you take. That's the first thing. The second thing, I want to tell you this as a person that is bit learned on communications. And don't go and take an interview when you are not ready. Don't take an interview when you are not ready. Don't take an interview when you are drunk. You see, don't take an interview for and on behalf of the ANC Youth League when you are not ready in terms of information and knowledge. That's one. 2, do not take an interview for and on behalf of the ANC Youth League when you are drunk, because it is an embarrassment to listen to an interview and a person of the ANC Youth League is asked a basic question. Instead of answering a basic question, is bringing Julius Malema with a fine voice proving that he's drunk. It's an embarrassment. This organization has got a very long way to go, and it deserves people of a particular stature. I am just giving you that free advice. Leave Julius out of your own way. Go to the river, nidade phantsi kwamanzi, nithi ngonidadayo nithandaze into yoba Thixo khupha igama likaJulius entlokweni yam, nihlukane naye phantsi, because it is a free marketing of him into yoba uthi ubuza into yoba how do you think the ANC Youth League is going to revive itself in terms of making sure that it champions interest of young people? You say, when Julius was expelled in the... People are tired of hearing that gospel of Julius being expelled in the ANC, and the ANC Youth League. They have accepted that, and we have all moved on. What we want to hear is that what are we going to do as an organization, and what are you going to advocate for as an ANC Youth League, that there must be employment in South Africa. We must reduce unemployment. We must send kids to school. We must make sure that abantu abangomama ba safe kule country. If you are asked such questions and you are busy mingling and talking and telling us nonsense about Julius, trust me, 3 years is going to be very short for you, because Julius will enjoy attacking you. Will really enjoy attacking you. And will attack you with personal things that are going to destroy you permanently. Leave that man alone. Ne peers zakhe nabantu wayepolitika nabo abamhoyanga bambukele senza yonke lento ayenzayo. Nani, some of you most probably were busy doing standard 7 at the time Julius was leading the Youth League, and this thing of trying to explain yourself as to how Julius was expelled in the Youth League, it's nonsense. You shouldn't be doing it. Leave it. When you are being asked about Julius, just say, no, we're not leading FF, we're leading Youth League. We're not going to answer anything about Julius. And when you do that, you are profiling your own ANC Youth League. Leave Mr. Malema alone. Ndiyanicela. Kusekutsha into yoba nibe nikwizikwabhuzi ezi-unnecessary. I-unnecessary into yokuthi bring Julius Malema in a discussion where you are calling media briefing, you are addressing the entire country in your banner, and you are busy profiling a nonsensical individual. Don't do that, Bantu. Please. Thank you very much. I hope not mamel. It's fine if I'm mamelanga, but whoever that is going to do an induction to you needs to raise this point. I hope amongst the people that you will be inviting for your own induction, it will be Mandlan. As on Julius.